angels, this is Leia, and in this video we're doing one of our weekly readings, which I know a lot of you out there really enjoy, so hopefully this one will be fun for you as well. Now in this particular video we're using the Nicoletta Ciccoli Tarot, which we've done a review on, so please do go ahead and check that out if the cards interest you. And we're also using Doreen Virtue's Magical Messages from the Fairies Oracle cards. Now if you've been following the videos on this channel for quite some time now, you know that what we do is we pay attention to all three sets of messages that we have, and then you go ahead and see which one resonates with you. Afterwards, just carry the food for thought that comes along with that message with you for the week ahead. Also, those of you out there who are subscribers or regular viewers know that we've been including bonus channeled segments in these videos for the past few ones now. We've always had one. So, if you really enjoy inspiration, do stay tuned for that. Anyhow, thank you so much for joining me, and whenever you're ready, go ahead and proceed with the rest of the video. Hey again, angels! So what we're doing now is we're shuffling our decks. Our intention here is to find something helpful we can carry with us for the week ahead, or whenever it is you come across this video. If you clicked on it at a different time than the dates on the title, that's perfectly fine because this isn't a predictive video. It's not a forecast, but instead it's words of inspiration. Oh, and I wanted to say, by the way, welcome to the new subscribers out there. There are quite a few of you as I filmed this video, and I wanted to thank and acknowledge all of you watching. New subs, old subs and viewers, on behalf of not just myself, but my awesome, wonderful baby. He runs this channel with me. Thank you for being here from the bottom of our hearts. So alrighty, are we ready to take a look at our cards and messages? Let's see what they are. Our very first Ciccoli Tarot card is number 21 from the Major Arcana, the World. And its partner Magical Messages from the Fairies card is Walk Away. It says, leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. While in traditional tarot, one of the meanings of the World card is about arriving at the end of a major life event and or beginning a new one, because you know how endings and beginnings are normally linked. Its message in this deck, the Ciccoli deck, has a different flavor to me. I mean, look at the picture, and you'll know what I'm saying. How this speaks to me right now is as a reminder for us not to get stuck in comfort zones, or else we will feel challenged to be our best selves and to move forward too. Being in a comfort zone can feel weird. Do you relate to that? If there's nothing super pressing or life-threatening, we stay right where we are, even when we know there's so much more we'd like to be doing and that we're actually capable of. So the Walk Away card is a nudge now for those of us who resonate with this, so we can have our new beginning, or at the very least, leave situations now that we've been using as reasons or even excuses, I'd say, to stall. After all, even with all the blessings that come with embracing our empowerment, we know or we think there are more responsibilities for us to take care of on the other side. Remember the whole Spider-Man thing? With great power comes great responsibility, and I think that's what a lot of us are really scared of. So we hold back, but maybe a good question that we who can relate to this can ask ourselves now is, what do I have to gain by holding back? And just be honest. Is whatever this is, whatever your answer to this, is it worth clinging to as compared to being in the natural flow of moving forward? Especially when it's clear, or we know that we can make a bigger difference and many more changes for the better if we explored just a little bit beyond what's familiar. Our second Chicoli Tarot card is the Ten of Cups. With the second magical messages from the fairies card being holiday, the answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. These two cards together to me appear to be about the need to either leave or to take a break so that we can connect with a much needed sense of inner peace, or to make things right some way. Or you could be at the end of a cycle and it's time to step away and change your environment somehow so you can maintain your balance and not be oversaturated in one thing. And you'll know that this is the message for you, or one of the messages for you in this video, if you've currently been overdoing one thing. And you know, this doesn't even have to be about work, because you know how we associate work with being super busy where we don't even take breaks and all that. For some of us, for example, this is about inertia. If you took a break a while back from doing what makes you happy, for whatever reason, maybe you got hurt, or your heart was broken, or you survived a loss, whatever it is, if you've been in that mode for a while now and it's turned to self-pity, it could be that it's time to stand up again. Basically to take a break from being in a passive or resting state and get back to being active. In any case, if you resonate with this particular reading, the important thing is to enter into your next step in the spirit of fun. Dedicate yourself to having fun. Enjoy planning your getaway or your move away from what no longer works, what no longer uplifts you, what no longer serves you. Our last but not least Chicoli Tarot card is the Eight of Swords. The artwork is so cute. And its partner magical messages from the fairies card is goodbye to the old, hello to the new. You've finished one part of your life, and now a new and even better part is beginning. Woohoo! So some of you might have noticed it by now, but I'm just going to point it out for a moment. How the messages in this video all have in common the encouragement to get going, to not stay stuck, and to move forward. Have you noticed that? And like I said earlier, it's alright if you found this video at a different time from when it was released, but if you're watching this when I put it out, which is in mid-January 2015, then it's very understandable why the energies have this vibe to them. Because see, what makes sense to me is many of us made New Year's resolutions not too long ago, and just generally, many of us want to make new changes using the beginning of the calendar year as motivation for our logical minds. And for those of us who feel we've been slipping or unsuccessful so far, you know, falling off the wagon, we can take this to be a loving kick in the butt from spirit and our higher selves to keep moving. Not to get down just because we've slipped a few times. Which brings us to the Eight of Swords, which is about fears and perceptions holding us back. Many times a change in our mindset, in my experience and from what I've seen when it comes to a lot of people too, will help us move forward because previously we were convinced there was something wrong with us or that we aren't enough or whatever else it might be for you. And once we decide, once we tell ourselves, enough, I'm not going to let my fears or beliefs get the better of me, it's like magic. For those of you who've experienced it, I know that you know what I mean. All these changes begin to happen. Things begin to fall into place, and that's what the goodbye to the old, hello to the new card is reminding us of. Maybe you just need to get your mojo back, and one of the ways we can do that is to act. Sometimes, despite the fears, we just have to act to keep the ball rolling, so we get in motion and activate or reactivate our belief in ourselves. We can do this. We are stronger, more capable, and more powerful than we know. Welcome back, angels. This is our bonus channeled message segment where We listen to our guides, angels, source energy, intuition, and other friends of the light and spirit for some guidance and food for thought. Depending on what comes up, multiple viewers may get a message, but not everyone will. So if you're new here and find that you enjoy this, remember to subscribe so you always catch future editions in case there's something particularly helpful that comes up for you. Okie dokie, let's get started. This time around, I am feeling guided to focus on you who have been having food troubles lately. Maybe you find that your body is now allergic or sensitive to certain substances or ingredients, although it wasn't before. And your reactions could range from simply feeling way more exhausted than you remember yourself being in the past and not having any energy left to do the things that inspire you to, for some of you, straight up more alarming things like perhaps fainting or throwing up or having an increased heart rate or an erratic heartbeat, to not being able to sleep, and what have you. Aside, of course, from making sure to see a healthcare practitioner or doctor that you trust, it could be that you've reached a time in your life when your needs, and no, not just your physical ones, but your inner needs, the needs of your psyche, have greatly evolved, and your body, which is the vessel through which you experience life on earth, is reflecting that. So, in your quest to feel better again, make sure to include your inner life and inner world in your exploration. I know that it sounds so simplistic to some of us, and it's like a cliche by now, but it's also easy to forget to do this. It could end up being quite helpful to do this though, because it could lead to restoring balance and overall health. And for those who are faced with their mortality, if a so-called more serious disease or illness is involved, this could be an opportunity to make peace on many levels. You know how sometimes we don't do something unless we're really backed up against the wall, and sometimes an illness is one of the ways that that happens. So what I meant by on many levels is not only with other people, particularly those you really love and care about, but most especially with yourself, to make peace with yourself. And while the results will vary depending on whose life path or individual story we're talking about here, you never know what form or shape your miracles and blessings will take. So be open to that. Besides, isn't it much better to go through an experience like this where you're being challenged, where you're more at peace, than to continue fighting or struggling or carrying around burdens and grudges? Let's remember that openness with the ones we love, along with kindness and compassion towards the world and ourselves, all these make a bigger difference than we know or see on the surface. Thank you for holding this space with me for another one of our channeled sessions. If you enjoyed this, stay tuned for the next one in one of our future videos. Thank you so much, angels, for joining me for this video. I know we've come to the end of another one, and I appreciate it so much that you give this a thumbs up and share it as well with anyone that you know will benefit from it. Until next time, there's so much more to come. Take good care of yourself. I send you so much love. Namaste.